2024, 21 Pilots had announced their 7th studio album, Clancy. An album that was going to be darker than their previous work on Scaled and Icy, and a project that put the lore about the story of Dima front and centre. They released the first single, Overcompensate, on February 29th, a bombastic single that introduced Clancy's new mask and red tape. This was an uprising of a rebellion. But it wasn't until we got the band's second single, Next Semester, that we'd get an announcement of the Clancy World Tour. Me and my friend Lily anxiously waited in the queue, with our fingers crossed tight that we would get to see our favourite band together for the first time. And we knew that the number one prime location would be Manchester. We got tickets, and everything was all set. We didn't realise it at the time that this show would turn out to be the most infamously memed show of the entire Clancy World Tour. The day was the 11th of May 2025, and it was officially time for the Manchester show. Manchester Arena had a capacity of 21,000 fans, all ready to see Tyler and Josh perform their magic for the first time in this new era. Me, my friend Lily, and my girlfriend Ness were beyond excited. We got a good spot in the queue, made some friends, and got a fantastic spot in the crowd. We even got shown on the screen during the Judge Click segment. The show itself was phenomenal. Both Tyler and Josh gave it their all, as per usual. As we sang our lungs out with fire gleaming in our eyes, we thought that this night could not possibly get any better. But that's until it was time for the song Trees. Now, 21 Pilots always perform Trees as their closing act. It's just such a staple at this point that it would feel wrong without it. It's technically the first 21 Pilots song, aside from Gunner, and they were both released on Tyler's Basement album No Fun Intended. However, for the Clancy tour, things were different this time. Trees was usually performed on the stage at the end of the previous tours, but for Clancy, they decided it would be an amazing send-off for Trees to be performed at the front of the pit. It was an exciting concept for sure. Fans getting to see the boys up close and personal, singing along with them as one last hurrah. But there was one problem. Josh Dun performs his drumming in the pit, meaning that the entire drum kit was exposed to all the fans in the crowd. This didn't appear to be an issue for the band, as they have a deep trust with their fan base. They knew they'd treat the equipment with respect. If they did anything, then they wouldn't be able to perform Trees, and no one would want that. So they figured that having the drum kit present would be harmless. You see, the problem was leaving the drum kit there after Trees was finished. But again, this wouldn't seem like a problem at first, right? The band had done this for the last 70 shows in the tour, and nothing had gone wrong. With a fan base so loyal and so respectful, in some scenarios, the drum kit was left untouched and unbothered. But there's always one black sheep, isn't there? There's always one person who decides to take things way too far. And out of all locations, this individual I am referring to happened to be in the northern English city of Manchester. The North, they just don't understand us down south, do they? Unbeknown to us northerners was that history and the 21 Pilots live show legacy were about to be changed forever. Picture this. Me, Lily and Ness are in awe at what we've just seen. makeup all smudged, and our voices are nothing more than the sound of rusty nails against sandpaper. Thrilled and deeply satisfied, we decided to turn around so we could make our way to the exit. And that is where it all happened. We're looking down into the drum kit, surrounded by fans all sharing the same fantastic feeling we have all just felt. But it's this same euphoria that blinded the three of us into a false sense of security. Lavish starts playing on the stage speakers, and we see a confident woman in front of Josh Dunn's drum, which, if you remember, is just sitting there freely, without any form of lock or security measures in place. This woman had her arms around this drum, so nonchalantly, like she knew what she was doing. And to be fair to her, we all thought that she just knew what she was doing. Because she had such a calm and collected attitude about it, we just assumed that she was a Manchester Arena staff member trying to disbar the equipment. It would make sense. This show was now over, and this is what we assumed would usually happen right after the show was over. Because of this, we just ignored it. We assumed everything was okay, and we decided to start heading out of there. Now, this picture wasn't in any way intended to capture the moment of the supposed staff member. It was merely meant to be a photo of Josh Dunn's drum set for our album of photos that we took. And looking back, we are all so happy this photo exists now. We didn't notice it at the time, but you can see the odd few people noticing what this person was doing. What you can see here is shock. Obviously, the elephant in the room was the woman's arms around the drum, but you can just about make out another person in the story, who I shall come back to later. As well as this iconic photo, we took a video as well. This is the moment right here where you can notice visible confusion on fans' faces. Almost as if they had just witnessed a crime.
Have I just witnessed a crime?
We managed to leave the venue and head towards a 21 Pilots themed club night at the Satan's Hollow venue in Manchester. The event was free for anybody who had just attended the live show. As we queued up for entry, in front of us was a man. This man was an uncanny, identical spitting image of the band's drummer, Josh Dunn. He was looking at his phone with a big teethy smile, as if an edible he took 45 minutes ago was just starting to kick in. And to my surprise, he turns to me. And what he said will stick with me forever. Someone has stolen the drum. I couldn't quite believe it. Was that really what we had just witnessed? You mean to tell me that the staff member walking off with a drum wasn't really a staff member? She was just some girl in the crowd? There was no way. No possible way. This was the 21 Pilots community, a fandom so protective and passionate about our favourite band. Would somebody actually just go and steal Joshua Dunn's drum? I got my phone out and decided to check Instagram. And the first thing I saw was this.
I really don't think you should take that. No. Oh. Have I just...
There's no way.
Have I just witnessed a crime? Has she actually just stolen a drum? Am I crazy?
There's no way she's got me in the movie. Wait, that's crazy.
I can't see anything.
This video was everywhere. Countless of fans were talking about it. So rapidly, it had become a story that had crossed overseas and spread like wildfire. Everyone out there who liked 21 Pilots, or had even just heard of them, had found out about the news. The drum had been stolen. As we see in the video, fans try to stop her.
Girl, I really don't think you should take that.
But in reality, this wasn't enough to persuade the drum thief. She carried on making her way to the exit, with drum in hand, and the calmest attitude I've ever seen. It seems as if she was just gonna get away with it all. In another video that surfaced, she was stopped by the security guards. One by one, a member of security would approach her and ask her just exactly what she was doing. But was the game really up for her? Well, in short answer, no. She told the security that the band just let her have it. And the security figured, well, they're a generous band. They're really kind. Maybe that is just something that they would do. So they let her go. She continued to walk out of Manchester Arena. Some people say she had a male accomplice with her that helped her carry the drum all the way to her hotel room. But if there's one thing I know about the 21 Pilots community, is that they call out bullshit exactly when they see it. A few fans just happened to be staying in the same hotel as her, and within the next hour, Manchester police and the arena security showed up at her door and took the drum back.
This is a great occasion. Welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. There we go, there we go. My guy, thank you so much.
Go.
It is unknown as to whether the individual had any charges pressed against her, but she was supposedly banned from the future shows. It's enough to make one wonder, was all of this truly worth it? Well, in my honest, humble opinion, I would say, yeah. Because what came next was not something anybody was expecting. You see, in the viral video of this drum being stolen, you hear a voice. And this voice is now permanently engraved into the heads of countless 21 Pilots fans. And that voice spoke the famous words,
Girl, I really don't think you should take that.
"I really don't think you should take that." This voice belonged to a woman named Emily, a fan who had travelled down to Manchester to see the live show. And like the rest of us, I don't think she was quite expecting this sort of conclusion to the show on May 11th.
For sure. For sure the stickiest floor of the tour.
The fact that so many people had now heard her try and stop the drum thief, she was somewhat of an icon. It was simply a case of being in the right place at the right time. The photo that Ness had taken earlier didn't just feature the drum thief, but also the hero that would be in the minds of many fans across the world. But just because she caught the attention from the fans, what about 21 Pilots themselves?
Hi, John. Hope you find your drum.
Just 10 days later, on May 21st, 21 Pilots had suddenly decided to announce their new album, Breach. An album that was originally intended to be a deluxe version of Clancy, but was then turned into an entirely new LP. And much like the Clancy album, the band had announced that record stores worldwide would be hosting officially licensed listening parties, where those who were lucky enough to buy tickets would get to listen to the new album early. And once again, what followed was not present in anybody's bingo card. Me, Lily and Ness had managed to get tickets for the Bear Tree listening party in Sheffield. City walls broke us, downstairs made us move, and by the time we hit track 8, Center Mass, it happened. That's right. 21 Pilots had taken Emily's voice from the viral clip and featured it in one of their brand new songs. My flabber was truly gasted. At first, me and my girlfriend heard it and were confused. We could have sworn it was just somebody playing the clip on their phone. There's no way it was in the actual song, and Lily didn't even hear it anyway, so were we just going crazy? But of course it did happen, and the fans, they absolutely loved it. Emily couldn't contain her excitement. What she thought would just be a simple meme within the 21 Pilots community had led to her actually being featured in one of the brand new songs. Can you imagine what that must have felt like? It's incredible. Her name literally just went from being Emily to Center Mass Girl merely 4 months after the video that started it all.
Girl, I really don't think you should take that. No.
Oh,
Have I just...
there's no way.
Have I just witnessed a crime? Has she actually just stolen a drum?
I still find it crazy that what I thought was going to be a normal show from my favourite band turned into something that had left such an infamous legacy. The woman who stole Josh Dunn's drum had technically committed a crime, yeah. But had that not taken place, we wouldn't have had the hilariously memorable intro that is the Center Mass intro. Of course, 21 Pilots had learned their lesson after the whole fiasco
Hope you find your drum.
and decided to chain their drum set in the following show in London. But fans across the world, myself included, will never forget how this one ballsy woman on May 11th had decided she was putting on a drum show.
Girl, I really don't think you should take that.
Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure working on this for all of you. It's really my first sort of YouTube essay as a whole, and I've worked hard on it, and I'm very happy with how it's come out. If you would like to see more, please let me know. And if you're just here for the silly, zany 21 Pilots content, I've got that as well. Don't fucking hell. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more 21 Pilots content. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.